What if I told you that Soldier Boy is returning to the big screen in Season 4 of The Boys? Will his return support a more significant and more interesting The Boys theory? In almost every film, one character is always less entertaining than the others, and even disliked by the audience. The Boys is no exception. We have a boring villain here to stay. First up, when was Soldier Boy's last appearance in The Boys? A backstage picture shared on The Boys' official Twitter account teases Jensen Ackles' involvement in new episodes. The actor appears in the gym as Soldier Boy, obtaining back in shape, with the headline making fun of the hero's name. His return lends credence to a primary theory about the new season's main villain. Soldier Boy appears to be out of commission by the end of The Boys Season 3, beaten unconscious by Billy Butcher and Homelander, and then taken away by Grace Mallory. Soldier Boy was last seen tranquilized inside this secure room, but Jensen Ackles' move back to The Boys in Season 4 suggests that the character's story is far from over, and that Season 4's main villain may be the person who might bring him back. Soldier Boy was assumed to be the secret to defeating an extremely hostile Homelander. He developed the ability to discharge powerful energy blasts. After being experimented on by the Russians, he consented to aid Urban's Billy Butcher in retaliating against the leader of the Seven in return for his assistance in tracking down his former team. Soldier Boy is finally revealed to be Homelander's father, which he dismisses. Then, when trying to release a potentially fatal blast during one fight, Maeve throws him out of a window. Soldier Boy is eventually put to sleep under the supervision of Lila Robbins' Grace Mallory. So, viewers had long speculated a lot about The Boys, but could their speculations play out? Victoria Neuman, the former head of the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs, is designated to serve as the main villain of The Boys Season 4, with both the Season 3 finale establishing her position as presidential candidate Robert Singer's vice president. While Victoria appears to be a typical politician, she conceals a dark secret. She is the head-scratching soup who attacked Jonah Vogelbaum's congressional hearing. Victoria's political career is advancing as she ascends to the vice presidency, and she may be able to free Soldier Boy and use him for her nefarious purposes. Viewers have long speculated that Victoria Neuman and Soldier Boy might sooner or later partner up to take off The Boys and kill Homelander. With Jensen Ackles' return, all the pieces are ultimately in place for this to happen in Season 4 of The Boys. Up next, why do Neuman and Soldier Boy have every reason to join forces in Season 4? Although both Victoria Neuman and Soldier Boy did exist in The Boys' fictional world during Season 3, they now have a reason to work together in Season 4. Soldier Boy has reason to dislike Homelander and The Boys after the occurrences at Vought Tower. Homelander because he changed Soldier Boy, and The Boys even though Billy Butcher betrayed him. Whereas many characters despise either Homelander or Billy Butcher, Victoria Neuman is the only person who hates both. She has previously been combative with Homelander, only assisting him when forced to. Victoria despises The Boys due to Huey's understanding of her abilities, which she begins to assemble by the end of Season 3. Victoria Neuman's political future is set to take off in Season 4 of The Boys, with her campaign serving as a significant plot point. If Victoria is elected vice president, she will have the authority to free Soldier Boy from the CIA, designed to allow the pair to team up and be the Season 4 villains. Neuman's Homelander backup plan could be Soldier Boy. While Victoria Neuman has begun to collaborate with Homelander on occasion in The Boys Season 3, providing him with Ryan's location, she still does not trust him. While Victoria does not wish to murder Homelander, she may want an ultimate weapon in case things go awry, as they typically do with Homelander. Soldier Boy, Homelander's father, and one of the few to almost defeat him in a fight, would make an ideal backup plan for Victoria. Soldier Boy has already had reason to want vengeance on Homelander, so as long as Victoria stays on his positive side, he could be instrumental in Victoria's influence over Homelander. So, will Neuman and Jensen Ackles' collaboration change The Boys? Working with Soldier Boy, Victoria Neuman will have a lot of enormous repercussions for The Boys Season 4, and they are only suitable for Huey and the gang. Becoming close to Vice President Victoria Neuman would provide Soldier Boy with an unparalleled platform, allowing him to spin stories about his fire and explosion and the battle at Vought Tower in his favor in the eyes of the public. Furthermore, it would provide Soldier Boy with additional resources, with him likely focusing on vengeance more than Neuman. However, Victoria may become more skeptical as Grace Mallory wonders why a supposedly anti-soup candidate could very well release and collaborate with one of the most harmful soups. While collaborating with Soldier Boy would could be a good backup plan for Victoria, it could be a risky move that could lead to the revelation of her psychic abilities. Generally speaking, Victoria Neuman and Soldier Boy are two of the boys' most effective supes, and their alliance could spell disaster for the entire show's universe. While nothing has been affirmed, the Victoria Neuman setup, combined with Jensen Ackles' return, strongly indicates that Soldier Boy and the Head Popper may team up in The Boys Season 4. Up next, The Boys' most boring villain is here to stay. There are many villains in the Amazon series, but one is significantly less exciting than the others. Previously, Victoria Neuman seemed to be the fascinating new addition to The Boys, but in Season 3, she is now a complete bore, according to certain fans. When we initially met Victoria Neuman in Season 2, she appeared to be The Boys' AOC analog, a young, cheekbone Democratic firebrand whose position as a Republican congresswoman permitted her to fight against corporate America's juggernaut. Despite the threat presented by the malicious and seemingly unstoppable Vought, Neuman started to rally the public after learning the truth about Compound V. She persuaded the United States House Judiciary Committee to convene a hearing on Vaught's offenses. And when nearing retirement, scientist Jonah Vogelbaum agreed to testify before Congress. Neuman appeared to be about to make a significant dent in Vaught's armor. But of course, we all know what occurred next. Heads were rolled, or more accurately, popped, or to be more precise, exploded, pelting the House Judiciary Committee with blood, bone, and brains. And just when we were wondering why Neuman wasn't taken out, we found out she was the head popper right from the beginning. At the end of Season 2, it was uncertain whether the hidden soup was working for Vought or entirely on her own. But we did know one thing for sure. The boys had to confront a new big bad. Coming right up, what could happen if Victoria gets elected? Then Season 3 occurred, and Victoria Neuman dabbled in politics. And the big question is, will Victoria Neuman occupy the president's seat, or will the boys get to stop her? Her ultimate objective will be to become president, and the boys still must bring her down before the election and before President Singer's poor head blows up like a ripe tomato. Things will get dirty if this superpowered villain does win, and Homelander will endorse her in all her evil deeds. Actress Claudia Domet revealed the truth, saying she's worried about the real stakes now that Victoria is in danger. She is currently in the path of the hurricane. When I receive the scripts, I'll see, but she's in a darker way, not one of atonement, Domet agreed. Finally, you may or may not know why Neuman is described as the most boring villain, so let's get to know why. It probably could be a better sign that most fans have forgotten about her this season. She has a classic The Boys storyline. She lost her family in a tragedy before being brought up by Stan Edgar. And another standard issue relatable element, she has a child. Who is she concerned about? So she can't be downright evil, can she? Right. But aside from some backroom maneuvering and ominous glaring, Victoria Neuman remained uninteresting for most of Season 3. This could be due to the number of plot threads and plot lines to follow that there wasn't enough time. More than likely, Neuman has been held back until she is elected president of the United States, because supposedly she can be interesting, don't you think so? A secret superhero posing as an anti-hero while assassinating her enemies should have received much attention this season, but instead the character was weighed down by politics and struggled to keep our attention. Neuman's survival into Season 4 of The Boys is a total plot sign. Let's hope she can do something interesting and exciting once the new season begins. And that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it and got some information out of it. Remember to click that like button and comment. Thanks for watching.